Wow, what a question. Thank you very much, Vaibhavji, for this. So, death. By first of all understanding what is death. So, who am I? That is the first question. And what is my death? So, death is, according to Bhagavad Gita, it is said that we are part and parcel of God and we are spiritual in nature, and spirit doesn't have a beginning, it doesn't have an end. Okay, so we never die, first of all. Then what is death? We are residing in a machine called human body. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience right now. And one day the time will come when we will have to leave this car and get out. And when this soul gets out, this body falls down. The process, the phenomenon is called death. Now, why do we get fearful when we speak about death? Because it is unnatural for us to die. Because the soul doesn't have an experience of death ever in himself, that is the soul, and therefore when he is actually understanding this phenomenon of this human form and human existence, and then he realizes he is dying, he is also dying, I will also die. Suddenly he is put into a particular phase of ignorance, a phase of illusion, where he has no experience of that, and therefore whenever there is ignorance, there is fear. So that is how we are fearful whenever death comes. But then people who are when they are having the understanding of the absolute truth, you'll find them doing superhuman feats. Like Bhagat Singh, he kissed the rope before getting hanged, and he was very happy about leaving this world. Why? Because there was meaning to his death. There was purpose for his death. Others who just die, out of fear and out of, there is so much of attachment when they die. So then they realize that, my life was a failure. But someone who lives in proper knowledge and proper realization, then it is, हम कहते हैं ना मुकद्दर का सिकंदर. So someone who knows the knowledge perfectly, then he will not be affected by this particular phenomenon. And practicing that throughout our life is spirituality, and death is the final examination, and Bhagavad Gita is our textbook. So we all should be actually taking up with spirituality very strongly. I hope that answers the question. So we have got two types of bodies. One is gross body and one is subtle body. So the gross body is made up of 5 basic elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Bhumi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash. Earth is the thickest. Thinner than earth is water. Thinner than water is fire. Thinner than fire is air. Fire can be seen, air cannot be seen. Thinner than air is ether, space. What is thinner than space? That is where the subtle body starts. Thinner than space is mind. We all have got mind, right? Even the doctors cannot negate. The doctor cannot say there is no mind. We cannot see it in our microscopes. If we slap that doctor, he will say, why did you slap me? And he will get angry. So the anger is the proof of mind. So mind is also a material element. It is not us. Sometimes people think that I am the mind. No, we are not the mind. We are subtler than that. Subtler than mind is intelligence. And we are not even intelligence. Buddhi. Subtler than, thinner than intelligence is our false ego. Now what is our false ego? False means something which is not, and ego means identity. So our false ego means some, like, what is my false ego? That I'm a man, I'm a human being, I'm a Indian, I'm a Hindu, I'm a this, I'm a that. That is all my false ego, which my body is. But soul is not Indian. Soul is not man. Soul is not. So it is at a higher level. It is at a spiritual level. So that soul, along with the subtle body, that is mind, intelligence, and false ego, then when you go out, leave this body, that is the material body, that the gross body, made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, that is called death. So when Atma, when it is having that covering of subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego, in that there are 5 things saved. Just like there is software, yeah, in the pen drive there are many things saved. In the same way, in the subtle body, which is made up of mind, intelligence, and false ego, there are 5 things saved. First is our unfulfilled desires. Second is the the conclusion, or we can say the result of all our pious activities, which is called punya. Then all the result of all our impious activities, which is called papa. Then memory, that is smriti. And the 5th one is all the result of our sadhana, our penance. So these, depending on these 5 factors, our desires, our activities, and our sadhana, we get a new body accordingly.